don't see it.
I do, sir.
Where?
On that ledge, sir, resting on a bit of the Tribune.
Ah, most practical paper, Tenny.
I rather like it, sir.
Remind me to renew my subscription.
That won't be necessary, sir.
And why not?
Because a check for your subscription is already in the post, sir.
Ah, Tenny, you think of everything, don't you?
I try to, sir.
Then think of some way to rescue my package.
There, sir. As they say in the books, you have me, sir.
Is one of my American cousins in the crowd?
What's your name?
Drummond, Captain Hugh C. Drummond.
I ain't got no cousins with that name, but I'm an American, all right.
Ah, fine. Then may I borrow a piece of your chewing gum?
Sure.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Are you all right, sir?
Quite all right, Tenny. Now, sir, may I borrow your stick? Thank you.
An excellent idea, sir.
Colossal, Tenny.
One might almost say stupendous, sir.
Carefully, sir.
Got it, sir.
Ah, thank you, sir.
Clever idea.
My friend, I'm going to become a chewing gum fiend.
Keeps the teeth nice and white. See?
Well, how interesting.
Here.
Well, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Here you are, Tenny.
Thank you, sir.
Not bad, eh?
I rather like it, sir.
Say, mister, what's in that package?
Wedding rings. Now that we have them, Tenny, suppose we make a final check.
Very well, sir.
To begin with, I have the rings.
No, sir. I have the ring, sir.
Ah, you have the rings.
In my pocket, sir.
Marriage papers?
In your pocket, sir. Authorization for your wedding in Switzerland, sir.
Railway tickets?
Car 7, London to Paris Express, leaving Victoria Station tonight.
Flowers?
Orchids, sir, to be placed in Miss Phyllis' compartment at 9:50 p.m.
Hotel accommodations?
Paris tomorrow morning at 9:50, sir. 2 suites. The following day in Geneva, 1 suite.
Ah, Tenny, getting married is great fun, isn't it?
In Switzerland, sir?
Anywhere, Tenny, anywhere.
It's a popular belief, sir.
Tenny, you're a pessimist.
I've been very happy, sir. Captain Drummond.
Yes, Tenny.
When one is through with it, what does one do with it?
Let's see. When one is done with it, what does one do with
It
it?
was not a riddle.
No, then what is it?
It's an academic inquiry, sir, as to how one disposes of one's chewing gum.
I see. Yeah, that does require thought.
Yes. Don't trouble, sir.
And why not?
I've swallowed it, sir.
Well, Tenny, that's one way.
Well, hardly the right way, do you think, sir?
Time will tell.
Oh, speaking of time, sir.
It's at 4:30. I'm to call for Colonel Nielsen at Scotland Yard.
Good afternoon, Captain Drummond.
On time to the dot.
Colonel Nielsen will be delayed a few moments.
Well, I'll wait.
And Miss Clavering telephoned from Rockingham Lodge. Shall I get her for you?
Yes, would you please?
You may use the phone in there.
Well, thank you.
Rockingham Lodge, please.
Hello? Oh, hello, dear.
I've got the rings.
Don't lose them.
Now, in the first place, you called me,
To tell you that Gwen,
asked you to tell me
that Algy would meet you at Colonel Nielsen's office and you could all come out.
together. All right, darling. See you soon.
Colonel Nielsen will see you in just a moment.
Thank you.
Sumio Kanda.
Hugh Drummond.
Well, 7 years haven't changed you.
No, are you, my dear friend?
And the English is more perfect than ever.
Due largely to our most present scholastic association.
Ah, that's the talk of a diplomat.
That is kind.
Are you?
Am I?
A diplomat.
I see you have not forgotten
What?
to ask questions.
Goodbye, Colonel. And thank you.
Not at all, sir. I got hold of the Foreign Office immediately.
Very good, sir.
Mr. Kanda, Colonel Nielsen.
How do you do, sir? Just a few minutes. Will you step in, Mr. Kanda?
You'll forgive me?
Of course, go right ahead.
I trust my visit will not upset your plans.
Well, plans are made to be upset, aren't they?
That is so. That is why I'm here. To try and upset some plans.
Sit down.
Thank you. You know who and what I am?
Of course.
We understand each other then. Between us, representing in a separate way the interest of two friendly nations, there need to be no evasion. That is so?
Quite.
Then I'll tell you something of great importance.
Concerning?
Sir John Huxton.
How do you know?
How I know is not of importance. Sir John Huxton has invented a super explosive, an ultra-powerful combination of destructive elements for use in airplane bombs. He's leaving today for France to confer with munition chemist of your great ally. That is so?
Go on.
An attempt will be made to steal the portion of experimental supply he's taking with him.
How do you know this?
Please, a single airplane carrying 100 small bombs loaded with this devastating force could destroy any capital in the world.
Has it ever occurred to you, my dear Mr. Conda, that espionage might be a rather dangerous pastime?
Now is not time for accusation or recriminations. My country, and your country too, are in great danger if Sir John's discovery falls into unfriendly hands.
Suppose I were to tell you there's no such thing as this explosive.
We agreed not to evade. Please, I'm a friend. I wish to cooperate.
You told me everything?
All that I know?
I'll see Sir John at once.
Yes, of course. That will be proper. Goodbye.
Yes, Colonel?
Get Sir John Haxton on the wire at once.
Very well, sir. Captain Drummond is waiting.
Oh, send him in.
Ready, Colonel?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hugh. I'm afraid you'll have to run along without me.
You mean you're not coming to the station with us?
I didn't say that. I said you'll have to run along without me.
Well, then you will be there.
Later, yes, later.
What's happened?
Happened?
Before Sumio Konda came in here, you looked quite human.
Implying that now I don't?
Definitely.
My dear Hugh, this is Scotland Yard. Things do happen here. Things that also happen to be none of your business.
Well, then Sumio Konda's visit was important.
Yes, his visit was important. Just like 50 others today were important. Now, will you please run along and quit prying into things that don't concern you? Yes?
I have Sir John Haxton's home for you, sir.
Thanks. Hey. Hello?
One moment, please, Colonel Nelson. Sir John is in his laboratory. I'll connect you.
What is it? Oh, of course, put him on. Oh, hello, Colonel. Well, I'm due at the airport in half an hour.
I'm afraid you'll have to delay it, sir. I'll explain when I get there. Yeah, but it is important. Yes, just as quickly as I can make it. About 20 minutes. Goodbye. Goodbye, sir.
Colonel.
It's none of your business.
Travers speaking.
Have Smith and Jennings meet me at Sir John Haxton's right away, please.
Right, sir.
Colonel, why don't you think about getting married instead of tormenting me with your infernal questions?
I only wanted to tell you that I'd be glad to drop you off at Sir John's.
All right, but I warn you.
Not to ask questions.
I mean it.
Of course you mean it.
Right-ho, I'll wait here. Oh, I'm sorry, Colonel. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, Colonel, I know! You're horribly sorry. Yes.
Allow me.
I phoned Gwenny to tell her, to phone you, to tell her that I...
Oh, come in, Colonel.
Thank you.
Shall I put the bags in the car, sir?
You may as well.
Oh, no, we'll take a special car from the yard.
You heard?
Yes, Sir John.
What's up?
There's been a leak somewhere. Your plans are known.
How could they be?
How about your secretary?
Okay? He's been with me for years.
Does he know what you're doing?
Yes and no. To keep you happy, I destroyed all my notes. Remember?
Is Nogueras traveling with you?
He's my navigator. We're flying in my ship.
In an army plane, you mean? You'll be traveling under escort from the moment you leave the house.
We can't do that.
Why not?
I can't risk those army chaps' lives.
You're risking your own, aren't you?
It's my show. And this stuff's full of jokes. There's enough hexanite in this suitcase to blow Westminster Abbey into the North Sea.
And one of these.
Loaded with this stuff and dropped from a plane, 100 of those would wipe London off the map. Here, let me show you something. That's a single crystal of hexanite.
That little speck?
Hold it a second, will you?
Thanks.
All right, I'll take it now. Come over here, Lena. Exhibit A. And in case you don't know it, this is a hammer. Exhibit B.
Be serious, will you?
I am quite serious. Now watch. You see?
But it didn't go off.
That's the trouble with the stuff. It's treacherous. Sometimes it behaves itself. On the other hand, it's liable to go off for no reason at all and lift a fellow into kingdom come. There you are. Suppose the explosive in that suitcase had decided to let go.
More important still, suppose that suitcase fell into unfriendly hands. That's why you're traveling under escort.
Excuse me a moment. Yes? Oh, have them wait. 2 of your men are here.
We'll go with you to the airport.
I'm flying my ship.
That's the way you want it.
I'd rather. I'll take that one.
All right, sir.
It's nice weather for flying. Low ceiling.
You'll be an escort waiting to Le Bourget.
If you insist. But I still think you're making much ado about nothing.
We're taking no chances.
Well, goodbye, Colonel.
Au revoir. Wire this immediately to the authorities at Le Bourget, Paris.
Righto, Colonel.
If you want to reach me, I'll be at Captain Drummond's in about an hour.
Right, Colonel.
Blocking lodge.
Hugh,
What of?
isn't this the wrong road?
Shortcut.
Hugh,
Yes, Algy.
aren't we going a little fast?
I want to get there.
So do I.
be Haxton's plane?
We'll know in just a minute. No gaze is working fast, all right. He said he'd get that suitcase out in a parachute, and there it comes.
I'd rather not be around it. That hexanite goes off when it lands.
No gaze will be bailing out next. Get to a phone. Tell the boss everything's going okay.
Right.
What's that?
I say, mystery, Algy.
That fellow was in a hurry.
Put on all speed when he saw us.
Did you get it? Come on, get that thing in here quick.
J.H.
Hexton. Sir John Hexton, I'll bet.
Huh?
This afternoon in Colonel Nielsen's office.
Listen. Captain Drummond. Captain Drummond!
There's the car I saw.
Get out of sight.
Hugh, do you see what I see in there?
There's nothing we can do now, Algy.
Captain Drummond. Ah,
Ring on the finger. D.M.
Sir John's pilot, I suppose.
Well, there's something queer about this.
Why, Hugh?
Hand's cold.
Well, that's to be expected, isn't it?
Rigor mortis doesn't set in so soon. This is the hand of a man who's been dead at least 4 hours.
Your hands, sir.
Phyllis, we're here.
Tenny, get me a spot of tea.
Tea, sir?
Yes. Captain Drummond.
No, but you'd better have some.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Algy, this is a clue to something big. I wish we were in on it.
Well, I thought we were.
Now, what's the matter with you?
That thing gives me the creeps.
Algy, brace up. I don't want Phyllis upset.
You! Algy, Algy!
What like her, Gwen?
Mention a word of what's happened, I'll wring your neck.
Oh! Algy, Algy! Oh, I'm so excited I could dance. Oh, I want to tell Hugh before Phyllis does. Phyllis talked long distance to her Aunt Blanche at Geneva, and she's giving Phyllis her Swiss chateau for a wedding present.
That's very interesting.
Oh, you can't go upstairs, and you and Phyllis can't marry until a week after you get to Geneva, because Aunt Blanche slipped on a ski and broke her ankle. But that makes it just ducky for us to leave for Geneva on Monday instead of Friday, and then I can have my dress fitted on Saturday. Isn't that perfectly grand?
What?
What's the matter with you, Algy?
Oh, nothing. Just a little chill.
Oh, You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you Drummond, dragging Algy around in that horrid old car of yours. You come right over here and let me make you all nice and comfy.
So sorry.
Why don't you knock a lady down?
That will come after we're married.
Just a minute, young man. Where on earth have you been?
Well, you see, the fog was pretty thick, darling.
I thought you were bringing Colonel Nielsen.
Well, something came up at the yard. He'll be right along.
Well, let me see them.
Them?
The rings.
Oh, yes, the rings, of course.
Well, you haven't lost them.
Oh, no, darling, no.
Well, men always do.
I haven't lost them because I remember perfectly well that...
I put them in my pocket, son.
Good work, Tenny.
I rather like it, son.
There you are, darling.
Hugh, it's beautiful.
For one of my inexperience, I did all right, huh?
You still have time to back out, you know.
What do you mean, back out?
When we put these on and say, I do, it's the end of your adventuring. No more mysteries, no more dangers, just home and fireside.
Yes, but darling...
You promised.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I? But, well... Well, all right, darling. You have my word. The old life is over. Done with forever.
There. Isn't that better?
Oh, it's lovely.
There's a hand!
A hand?
Oh! Algy, where are you?
It's all right, dear. Tenny, get away.
You too, old boy.
Get it!
I got him!
Hugh!
I'm sorry, old boy.
Algy! Darling, did I hurt you?
No, sweetheart, it was nothing. Did he get away?
Who?
I don't know.
Gee. Look!
You! It's gone.
What's gone?
The suitcase.
But what suitcase?
Well, Tenny's suitcase.
Tenny's suitcase?
Yes, miss, my suitcase.
But why should anyone steal Tenny's suitcase?
In the name of my sainted aunt, what's been going on here?
Colonel, something's happened.
No. Hugh, what'll I do when...
Take her upstairs, Algy.
Righto. Hang on, my pet.
Now, you'd better go too, dear.
Just a moment, Hugh Drummond. Are you mixed up in something again?
Now, Phyllis, if you'll just
Is this
give
a
me...
sample of what our married life's going to be?
No, darling, it isn't. I've made a promise and I'm going to keep it, if I can. But I've simply got to talk to Colonel Nielsen alone. Please.
I give up.
Smart gal. I did that a long time ago.
Colonel.
But what is it this time?
Murder.
There's a body, of course.
It's about 10 miles from here, in what remains of an aeroplane.
Hugh, Phyllis told me to tell you...
Later, Algy, later.
In an airplane, you said?
Sir John Haxton's.
It crashed?
It not only crashed, Colonel, it exploded.
It was an accident, Hugh.
Yes, but Colonel...
Sir John had a suitcase containing hexanite, a powerful explosive. Treacherous stuff. So much so, in fact, that the slightest jar at times would set it off. That's what exploded.
It was in a suitcase?
What's the matter with you idiots?
Well, we had that suitcase here.
Here?
We were tossing it around like a football.
Where is it now, man? Where is it now?
It was stolen about a minute before you arrived.
Hello? Hello, Scotland Yard, please. Well, clear the wire and get them. This is Colonel Nielsen speaking. At Rockingham Lodge.
Colonel, whose initials are D.N.?
Raven O'Gay is Haxton's secretary.
Was he with Sir John?
Yes.
Well, then he did it. Here, look at this.
Take it easy. You want this stuff to blow up?
What time is it?
7 o'clock. I owe Drummond something for this.
So to make it appear that he had been killed too, Nogay's put his ring on this, wherever he got it, and then bailed out in a chute after he had dumped the hexanite overboard.
For once, I think you're right.
Colonel.
Huh?
Nogayas has some scratches on his cheek, which I gave him during our fight.
Hello? Hello, Nielsen speaking. Put me through to Jennings right away, please.
Algy!
Not a word, Algy, do you hear me?
Hello.
I'll put this in your overcoat pocket, Colonel.
Hello. Hello, Jennings. Got out an order for the arrest of Graven Nogues right away, please.
Did you tell him?
I forgot.
Forgot what, Algy?
You old boy.
Well, Algy, out with it.
Phyllis told me to tell you that...
Oh, there you are, darling. Well, what's the matter?
I've changed my mind.
You've what?
I've thought it over and
She's not going to marry you.
That's what she told me to tell you.
Now we can't go to Geneva.
Darling, you're joking.
I'm not.
But why, Phyllis, why?
It's been just one thing after another since the day we met.
Darling, that's all over.
Oh, no, it isn't. Well, on the very night we leave to get married, the lights go out and there's a fight and suitcases disappear.
Now, Phyllis, please.
I want a home and not so much excitement.
Now, sweetheart, if you...
There's something come up, Phyllis, and I've got to go. See you in Geneva next week. What are you crying about?
Her heart's broken, that's what.
Oh.
Hugh, what'll I do?
Tenny! Coming, sir.
Gwen, my pet.
Thank you. Here, dear, drink this. There you are. Oh, that's fine. Thank you, Tenny. Phyllis, you didn't mean it, did you?
Oh, I suppose not. But I warn you, if anything happens...
Nothing will happen, dear. How could it?
Oh, darling. You!
Oh, later, Algy, I'm busy.
Tenny!
Coming, sir.
Well, hurry.
Oh.
Thank you.
And I think it's just too perfectly thrilling to be traveling on the train ferry all the way to Paris without getting off the train, don't you? When Algy and I went to Paris, they didn't have a train ferry, did they, Algy? And you know, we forgot all about having to get off the train at Dover to get on the boat if we went sound asleep. Well, we simply had to tear into our clothes, and you know what?
What?
Oh, silly. Algy's feet started hurting him, and it wasn't until the boat docked at Calais that he found he had his right foot in his left shoe. It was the funniest thing I ever saw.
Porter.
Yes, sir?
These orchids and this luggage were to go to Miss Clavering's compartment, number 1, forward.
I'm sorry, sir.
Please get it right this time.
Right you are, sir.
I'll tip you at Dover.
Thank you, sir. I beg your pardon.
Tenny.
Yes, Mr. Longworth?
Look.
An alarm clock.
Set for 2 o'clock in the morning.
But why, sir?
To wake him up.
To wake Captain Drummond up, sir?
When they did it to me, I almost jumped out of my pajamas. Well, it's a joke, don't you see?
Not very clearly, sir.
It's supposed to be funny.
If you insist, sir. Ha ha. Excuse me, sir.
Why, I beg your pardon.
May I pass, please?
Yes, of course.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, and don't forget that little gown shop I told you about in Geneva. Oh, no, it isn't Geneva. It's in Paris, I think. Oh, well, I don't remember exactly, but it's either one or the other. I know because I've been there.
The train's ready to start.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, goodbye, dear. And I know you're going to have a perfectly thrilling time. Goodbye, Gwen. Goodbye. Goodbye, Hugh.
Goodbye, Gwen.
Goodbye. Algy!
Number 7, sir. Your compartment being arranged.
Why, I beg your pardon. Good evening. Oh, I'm an inspector, and I came in here to inspect. Good night. It started, hasn't it?
Right you are, sir.
Oh.
Ticket, please.
Yeah. Ticket?
If you please, sir.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, I haven't any.
Well, then I'll have to sell you one, I'm afraid. Space?
Compartment 11, this car.
Straight through, sir, or to Dover only?
I can phone Gwen at Dover, can't I?
Oh, yes, I should think so.
Oh, all right.
That horse-faced friend of Drummond's is on the train.
Drummond is too, in the compartment next to mine.
Do you think they're onto us?
Horseface, as you call him, is on to you. I caught him snooping.
Algy.
You? It's on the train.
It's on the train.
Yes, what are we going to do?
Now, what are you talking about, Algy? What's on the train?
The suitcase.
So, the suitcase is on the train.
How do you know?
I saw him.
Saw whom? No gaze?
The man with the scratches.
I might have known it.
Wait a moment, darling. If what Algy says is the truth, we're in danger. The whole train's in danger.
And Ken Nielsen warned me. It's my own fault. Proceed once.
Well, I got on the train, but I didn't want to get on the train when the train was going because...
Just a moment, Algy. To stick to the man with the scratches.
It's all right for you not to worry. They don't know you. You're safe, especially in that getup you're wearing. But what about me? These scratches have got me pegged. Well, if they find out you weren't killed in Hexton's plane, Drummond will probably think I'm you.
That is possible, isn't it?
Sure puts me in a spot. $500,000 almost in our hands, and this had to happen.
Do you know, my friend, you have given me an idea.
What?
Did you hear something? I don't hear it.
Hugh, this isn't your affair.
Darling, it is my affair. I told you what Colonel Nielsen said. There's more at stake than just our lives.
Our lives aren't
Oh,
important.
naturally they are, but don't you understand? Somebody's got to see it through.
Your mind's made up?
Of course.
All right, then. I'm in on it, too. I'll go to my
You'll stay
compartment.
right here until we get to Dover.
I'll do nothing of the...
Right in this room.
Your guns are.
Oh, you brought them along.
Just in case, sir.
Oh, an excellent idea, Tenny.
I thought you might like it, sir. One for you, sir.
Thank you. But what about yourself?
That's all there are, sir. There aren't any more.
Well, you better stay here.
Very good.
Come on, Algy.
Well, if I don't see you again, goodbye. It's been so nice knowing you.
Relax, darling, relax. Come on, Algy. We're going into conference with Mr. Draven Nogueas. He doesn't appear to be in. Lock the door, Algy.
Suicide.
Well, the game was up, Algy. He couldn't take it.
Be careful. There may be hexanite in there. Ha! Is that it?
That's That's it, Algy.
Well, what are you going to do?
Hand it over to the authorities at Dover, I hope.
Madame.
Algy, do you smell perfume?
Yes.
That's odd, don't you think?
I've smelled worse.
I mean, for a man to use perfume.
I once knew a chap...
Algy.
What?
Perhaps this isn't suicide.
Huh? You mean a woman?
Why not? Did she use the perfume we smell in here?
You mean the woman who found me in there?
Whom else did you think I meant?
I don't know.
Well, did she?
I just told you.
You just told me what?
I don't know.
We'll soon find out.
How?
By knocking politely on her door and...
Phyllis won't like it.
Yes, but if somebody killed this
She
fellow...
still won't like it. You made a promise in case you've forgotten.
Oh, you're right, Algy. We'll hang on to this until we get to Dover.
And then forget it, eh?
Right.
Oh!
What's the matter?
I'm jumpy.
Relax, darling, relax.
If someone did kill Nogais, and they find out that you have that bag...
Nothing's going to happen.
I hope you're right, but I think the chances are against it.
What? Oh!
Well, Algy?
The conductor says that is the telephone on the ferry. I'll phone Gwen the minute we get to Dover.
Algy.
Uh-huh.
You were going through the train to see if you could find the woman who had the compartment next to Nogais. And if you did find her, to see if she used the perfume we smelled in his compartment, remember?
I do now.
I give up.
I wish you'd make up your mind. One minute you're through, and the next you're trying to make some innocent woman a criminal.
We don't know that she isn't.
We don't know that she is.
Ah, but she could be.
So could I. Why pick on her?
Isn't it strange they have adjoining compartments?
Oh, I suppose so. I don't know.
Come in.
In here, sir.
We finished, Tenny.
Thank you, sir.
All right, darling, I'll forget it.
Well, I think I'll be...
Careful, Excuse me, sir. I'd give £100 to know if she is the one. I've simply got to find out.
You, Drummond, if you leave here, I'll take the next train back to London. I'm so nervous from looking at that bag I could scream.
Please, sweetheart.
But you promised.
Oh, you're right, sweet. I'm a dog. A mean, contemptible dog.
You're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
But, darling, I should know. I won't have you talk like that.
There, sweetheart. This time I will forget it. We'll let the authorities handle it when we get to Dover, huh?
Over there, Colonel Nielsen. Train for me, hurry!
I know, but...
We're here.
Huh?
More than I ever expected.
Well, goodbye, Phyllis. Goodbye, Hugh. I've got to make a dash for the telephone.
I'm going to make a dash for the salon with Phyllis.
But, Hugh, I've got to let Gwen know that, well, that I'm all right.
I know, old fella, but until the police get here and we wind this thing up, you've got to take care of Phyllis. You ready, darling?
I'm beginning to live again now that we're really here.
That's the spirit.
Yes.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Tenny, you stay here and keep your eye on that bag until we get back.
Alone, sir?
Alone. Come on, darling.
But don't you think I ought to...
Go on, Algy, go on.
But Hugh, don't you think I could...
Stairway's over here, Algy. you in the salon, dear. Stay right with her, Algy.
When can I phone Gwen?
Later, Algy, later.
Oh, I can't lose you, can I?
I want to see you. Nogueras is on the train.
You certain?
As certain as I am of the fact that someone killed him.
What?
Some woman's my guess.
Does Sumio Kanda know of this?
Is he on the train?
Supposed to be. Apartment 5, car 9.
I haven't seen him.
Have you told anybody else what's happened?
No, I thought it best to keep my mouth shut.
That's using your head for once. Let's go below.
Where is he? Why doesn't he come?
Why ask me? I'm only his fiancée.
Close the door.
The blow at the base of the brain. Nogueras, of course.
I'm not so certain.
What was that you said about a woman?
You smell jasmine in here?
Yes.
It was in Nogueras' compartment, too.
Kanda didn't say anything about a woman being... You know, you don't belong in this, Hugh.
Oh, but I am in it.
I know. I may as well tell you, I suppose. You drag it out of me anyway if I don't. Sumio Kanda telephoned me at the yard about 9:35. It's too late for me to catch the train. He just received word that Yusuf Merkel, suspected on the continent of dealing in war secrets, was coming aboard when we dock at Dunkirk.
It indicates that he was to meet Nogueras and make a deal for the hexanite.
Certainly.
And who's the woman?
Will you tell me? Where's Nogueras?
In my car.
You know, you certainly have a way of stumbling into things that don't concern you.
It's a gift, Colonel.
I don't doubt it. This isn't Nogueras.
It isn't Nogueras?
No, Nogueras is dark, a much lighter build. You know the answer to this, don't you?
Of course. This fellow, whoever he is, was in with Nogueras, and they evidently disagreed about something.
We make a detective of you yet.
Thank you. Colonel.
Well?
You say Nogueras is of slighter build?
Yes.
Then I've got it. The woman who killed Sumio Kanda and this fellow is Nogueras disguised as a woman.
I think you've got something there.
I'll make a bet.
Wait a minute. You say you have the hexanite?
Yes, my compartment.
Let's have a look at it.
All right, Tenny, open up. Anything happen?
Not yet.
Close the door.
Easy. If that went off, it'll lift this boat out of the channel.
There it is.
That isn't hexanite.
What?
Bath salts.
Well, that means Nogueras is on the train and has the rail hexanite.
Captain Drummond.
Yes, Tenny.
May I retire, sir?
Yes, go to bed.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Tenny. Now, I want to look in that next compartment.
Why, who's in there?
A woman. Algy saw her. And if she uses the perfume we smelled in the compartment adjoining hers, she's Nogueras.
Have you seen this woman?
No, confound it, but we're going to right now. She's in there. I knew it, jasmine.
Oh, still burning.
And Nogueras just left here. We're underway. He must still be on the ship.
Somewhere on the boat, probably.
Just a moment, Colonel. Tenny! Tenny! Tenny!
Coming, sir?
Get into my compartment. If anyone enters the one next to it, come and get me.
Where'll I find you, sir?
I'm somewhere on the ship. We're going to search it. Come on, Colonel.
Whose case is this, yours or mine?
Mr. Longworth!
Here I am, boy, here I am.
A radiogram, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What is it this time?
If you love me, you would have answered my telegram you received on the train. She thinks I don't love her. But if you weren't on the train, you couldn't have received it. And if you're not on the boat, you won't have to answer this one either, because if you're not on the boat, you won't get it.
Nothing else?
Please answer.
Well, you could send her a radiogram.
I'll phone her right now.
You can't, we're underway.
Underway? Oh. Hugh, we're underway. What am I going to do?
You're coming with me to help find Nogueas.
But he's dead.
Ah, that was someone else. Nogueas is the woman you saw in the next compartment. Now, you're the only one that knows what he looks like.
But I don't see why.
Remember me, Captain Drummond?
Darling, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. The stuff that we thought was hexanite is only bath salts. And Nogueas is on the boat with the rail stuff, enough to blow us all to eternity.
How nice.
We won't be long. You stay here and relax.
Well, can't I go to my compartment?
I should say not.
Well, then to your compartment.
You stay right here where you're safe.
And to think, I'm marrying you.
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but we've got to find him. Come on, Elsie. Goodbye.
We can have another look around, Colonel, but we've made a thorough search.
Are you certain you'd know her?
Well, of course. He was wearing she was he was wearing
Never mind, Algy.
And now, can I send Gwen a radiogram?
Go ahead.
When he comes back, we look again.
As you wish, sir.
Meantime, I think I'll say hello to Phyllis.
Nice smooth crossing, madam.
Yes, very smooth.
Here, put this in, too. All right, close it and put it up there. Come on.
Darling, I thought I told you not to.
Put up your hands. Turn around. Sit down, Captain Drummond. You too, miss.
It seems you have the advantage.
But definitely. You may lower your hands.
Thank you. I believe it's customary to ask me I smoke, isn't it?
I trust you have better judgment than to attempt anything foolish.
I assure you, sir, my judgment is excellent. It's too bad you didn't take the brown suit. That gray doesn't become you.
I like it.
May I inquire what you intend to do?
Under different circumstances, you and I could work well together, Drummond.
You honor me, sir.
Hugh, are you there?
Just a moment, Algy.
You sit there, miss. I'll be watching her, Drummond. If you're smart, you'll act as if nothing is wrong. Let him in.
Righto. Smile, darling. A gentleman means business.
What's the trouble?
Trouble, Algy?
You said you were coming back. Colonel Nielsen's been waiting for you.
I'll tell you how I feel about it, Algy. I'm fed up with this nonsense about Nogueas and Hexton. We'll let Nielsen handle it.
You're not sick, are you, old boy?
No, Algy, but after all, it is the Colonel's business, not mine. Now, will you run along like a good fellow?
Oh, this isn't like you, Hugh.
But one must reform sometime, Algy, and even as you pointed out, I have made Phyllis a promise.
But what?
I mean, promise, Algy.
Oh, right-ho. Well, cheerio. Pip-pip. Pip-pip, old girl.
Good night, Algy. Put up your hands. Get his gun, Tenny. Algy!
Why, who's this?
Get my gun in his pocket.
No.
Now get Colonel Nielsen.
But don't you think
Don't argue, get him.
And now, you have the advantage.
But definitely. Won't you sit down and lower your hands?
Thank you. And to quote you, may I smoke?
And to quote you, I trust you have better judgment than to attempt anything foolish.
When one loses, one loses.
That sounds original.
May I trouble you for that bag?
Sure.
Careful, hexanite!
Stay here, Phyllis. You too, Tenny. There he goes! Hugh!
Look out, he may shoot. He hasn't got a gun.
You got a gun?
No. Give him yours, Algy.
But then I would...
Do as I tell you.
Yes, but...
You take that, Rob. I'll take the last.
We search every car.
You stay here and watch the door, Algy.
Oh.
Hugh! Colonel Nielsen! Be
Phyllis,
careful!
stay back! Get out of here!
He's on top of that car. Be careful! Behind you!
Stay where you are, I guess. The game's up.
Yes, for all of us.
Gwen.
Algy!
Hugh.
Tenny! Colonel! Here's how.
You feeling better?
Hugh, I want to ask you something.
Yes, darling.
Come in.
You let me also?
Yes, Tenny. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Good night.
What do you want to say?
Do you really mean...
Come in.
Sorry to leave you, Hugh. I'm escorting our friend Nogueras to Paris. So, if I'm not at Geneva for the wedding, you'll understand.
Try to be there, Colonel.
You know I will. Goodbye, Phyllis. Don't scold him too much, and don't try to reform him. It's impossible.
Good work, old man.
Thanks, Colonel. And now, darling,
Do you really mean...
that will be Algy. Come in.
You, Gwen's taking the plane to Paris. I'm going to see her tomorrow.
It's fine, Algy. Now, good night, old chap. Phyllis is trying to tell me something.
Oh, yes, of course. Righto. Pip, pip.
All right, now, do I really mean...
to give up this highly exciting way of living?
Why, yes, dear, of course, I promised.
It isn't necessary.
Why?
Because, well, as Tenny says, I rather like it, sir.
Darling. Auntie, the engineer would think I'm a quitter if I stop now. See?
Keep your eyes on the road.
Phyllis, here I can't. Only 20 more hours, darling.
May I say I hope so, sir? May I say I doubt if there will ever be a wedding?
Now, what could prevent our marriage this time?
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
This time, Auntie.
I'm not your Aunt Hugh Drummond.
Oh, we made it.
Something seems to whisper, my love. That was only the beginning.
Of our happy married life.
Or of a trip to the hospital.
Pardon me, my good man, but would you be good enough to tell me the way to, oh dear, I've forgotten where I want to go.
This is Rockingham, sir.
Rockingham. Oh, yes, quite so, yeah. Rockingham Tower, the residence of Captain Drummond.
Go right up the old Roman road. All you have to do is follow the furniture vans.
Follow the furniture vans? Now, why on earth should I want to follow furniture vans?
Well, you see, Captain Drummond's always lived at the lodge. But he's getting married tomorrow, so they're opening the towers. First time in 20 years, sir.
Oh, I see. Oh, yes, quite so. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Rather warm for the time of the year, don't you think?
Hey, it's warm, all right, but it's August, you know.
August? My calendar said January. I must have forgotten to turn it. Thank you so much. Up the Roman road, follow the furniture vans, Captain Drummond.
How are you, Tenny?
Thank you, Miss Reynolds. Captain Drummond.
Hello, Tenny.
I'll put these in water, if I may.
Our things are in the car, Tennyson.
I'll see to them, miss. Your rooms are in the east wing. The towel will be ready by dinner time, sir.
Good, Tenny. And tomorrow?
I've made all arrangements, sir. Rehearsal at 11 and the wedding at 12.
And it's the last chance you'll have if I have anything to say about it, Hugh Drummond.
Do you hear that, Tenny? No nonsense. This time we've got to get married.
As they say in America, sir, this time it is in the bag.
I don't like American slang, Tennyson.
Shall I show you to your rooms, miss?
Bosh. Spent half my time here when I was a girl. Coming, Phyllis? Presently, Aunt Blanche.
I'm afraid Auntie doesn't like us.
But I do.
That will be Mr. Longworth, sir.
Yes, making himself useful again.
I'm afraid so, sir.
How's yourself? I don't know, old boy. The way you saved that valise is remarkable.
Quite acrobatic, what?
Yes, hello, Algy.
Hello, boy.
The sparkle in those eyes can mean only one thing. Happiness. Scotland Yard waits while I attend your wedding.
Thank you, Colonel. By the way, did I hear a crash?
Oh, yes. All the way from the top shelf, old boy, and never broke it.
It's lucky for you, Algy. That's a genuine Ming worth 200 pounds.
200 pounds? I better put it right up.
Oh.
It's, was worth 200 pounds, old boy.
This way, Mr. Bolton. Mr. Tennyson should be somewhere about.
Mr. Tennyson?
He's in charge of the staff.
I thought the butler was usually in charge.
Captain Drummond's gentleman's gentleman is the one you have to keep your eye on at Rockingham. Why, he's even discharged the new cook. That came only this morning. Because she didn't agree with him about the Yorkshire pudding. He's the whole cheese, I can tell you.
Quite so, Mrs. Thomas. The cheese, the whole cheese.
Oh, I'm sure, sir, I didn't mean that.
Quite so. You'll see that those roses are put in Miss Clavering's room.
Yes, sir.
You're Bolton, the new butler? Shaftesbury's agency sent me down, Mr. Tennyson. You've been in some nice families. Oh, yes, sir, the very best. Yes, you'll begin your duties at once. Mrs. Thomas will show you to your quarters. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
State papers of Roger Bacon. How frightfully interesting. Wonder what edition it is. Oh.
Excuse us, sir. Oh, that's quite all right. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Wait. Pardon me, but, is there something you want, sir?
Hey, oh, no, nothing at all, no. Oh, is that my tea? Well, just put it somewhere.
Pardon me, sir, but this is Captain Drummond's tea.
Oh, Captain Drummond, yes. Oh, I asked him to come and see me, yes. Show him in.
Pardon me, sir, but Captain Drummond is in.
Oh, Stuart, I came to see him, didn't I? Well, just a moment, please. Would you be so good as to tell him I'm here?
Very good, sir. You'll wait here, sir?
Oh, yes, I'll wait, yes. Come in. That's odd. I distinctly heard a knock.
These things have no fixed value, only what a collector's willing to pay for them.
Splendid. Gentlemen to see you, sir.
Oh. Professor Downey, Research Department, Museum of Historical Documents.
Downey? What's he doing here?
Well, do you know him, Colonel?
Well, I met him.
In Scotland Yard?
You know, Hugh, just because I happen to associate with you and your friends does not necessarily mean that all my acquaintances are rascals.
I like that.
I see him about you, Hugh. He's a quaint old bird. Knows more English history than any man I've ever heard of.
I'll show him in, Tenny.
Very good. Yeah. Good as new, almost.
That makes me feel much better.
I'm so glad of that. Just let it dry for a few hours, will you?
I'll put it where it will be safe.
Be careful, Algy.
Not twice, Hugh.
Professor Downey.
Dear me, did you break something?
Well, Professor Downey, I'm Hugh Drummond. You're just in time for tea.
Oh, I just had some tea out there. Oh, I see you've got some more here. How jolly.
This is Algy Longworth.
Longworth. Anglo-Norman name, 11th century.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you come and meet my friends, Professor?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Phyllis, may I present Professor Downey, Miss Clavering.
Charmed.
And Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard.
How are you? Oh, a fellow Scot. And what part, might I ask, of Scotland?
Excuse me.
No, Professor, you misunderstand. Colonel Nielsen is Commissioner of Scotland Yard.
Oh, yes, I wrote a history about it once. Rather overrated, I fear.
Scotland Yard?
Oh, no, my book.
Tea, Professor?
Oh, thanks. Nothing like a good cup of hot tea on a cold January day. Oh, perhaps I should explain the reason of my visit. It's about the treasure.
Treasure? What treasure?
I estimate the value to be in the neighbourhood of £1 million. Of course, in the days of Charles I, the value of the pound wasn't...
What on earth are you talking about, Professor?
I better explain. Yes, I will explain. You've heard of Borry Ishliani?
No, I can't say that I have.
Well, he was my assistant in the museum until I had him arrested 3 years ago.
Arrested? What for?
For theft, sir. Theft of these. At least I should say attempted theft, since I've still got them. He was a scoundrel, sir. A sane, clever, thinking scoundrel, sir, who masqueraded under the name of Seaton. Henry Seaton.
Stop it, Hugh, before something happens.
Not a chance, darling. Professor, may I ask what those papers are?
Oh, these are the plans of the ancient rooms and passages below Rockingham Tower.
What, my own place?
Yes. And this is the diary of Colonel John Cooper, a royalist officer under Charles I.
One of my ancestors, darling. There's a portrait of him in the long gallery.
Yes, we have a copy in the museum. Look rather a blackguard, a bit like you, Captain Drummond. Dear me, did I say something amusing?
Not at all, Professor. Please go on.
Let me see, where was I? Oh, yes, I was puzzled as to why Seaton should want to steal these particular papers. So I made a study of them, together with all contemporary documents I had in my possession. And I came to the conclusion that there is a treasure, king's treasure, hidden somewhere. Here, perhaps, under our very feet.
Do you hear that, darling? Right here in Rockingham.
I might have known it.
And now, this is what Colonel Cooper says in his diary. Riding all day and all night, got safely to Rockingham with the king's treasure.
Do you hear that, darling?
I heard.
My wound very painful. Conceal all the treasure in the passages without arousing suspicion of the servants. There it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. Those are the passages, Captain Drummond, according to the plans.
Rockingham is positively honeycombed.
Why, I was through them scores of times when a boy.
Then you saw the crypt, the Tower of the Waters, the Chamber of the Spikes?
The what?
The Tower of the Water, the Chamber of Spikes.
No, darling. No, they're new to me, sir.
Then you haven't seen the places mentioned in this diary.
Perhaps I didn't see them all. My father had the entrance to those passages walled up.
Where was the entrance?
In one of the storerooms, I believe. Why, the one directly below this, as a matter of fact.
Obviously, there's another set of passages. The diary describes them minutely.
And where's the entrance to those passages, Professor?
Unfortunately, Colonel, I cannot tell you yet.
Good.
You see, this diary makes use of a device very common at the time, a secret cipher, so that it conceals the exact location. Observe.
And there it will remain until my royal master hath need of it. Urezqsltis.
Sounds like Greek to me.
Oh, no, my dear sir. If it were Greek, there'd be no difficulty.
Well, it's all very exciting, Professor, but I'm afraid it's not going to make us much richer. How's that, darling?
My dear sir, you are wrong. I have already made progress in reading the cipher.
You have?
Mm-hmm. But I am hampered as to exact data concerning the tower itself. Now, I thought perhaps if I might see it.
Professor, I'm to be married tomorrow. And the treasure that becomes mine then is all that interests me.
Bravo, darling. That's a very pretty speech.
But I should be glad to have you as my guest for as long as you may require to carry out your researches.
Oh, my dear Captain Drummond, you make me very happy. What a wonderful adventure this is going to be.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Professor Downey asked me to give you this, he said he thought you might like to read it tonight.
Cooper's diary, eh?
Very thoughtful of him.
Made him comfortable, Tenny?
In the north wing, sir. He's engrossed in studying the cipher.
Well, you might put it beside my bed.
Very good, sir.
Your elaborate indifference doesn't fool me a bit, Hugh Drummond. I know you're positively aching to tear Rockingham to pieces, stone by stone.
But darling, £1 million.
Hugh, please, won't you tell him to... What a fool I am.
On my record, darling, you're justified in expecting battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen
Well,
now...
Not this time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the stroke of 12.
What prevented it 5 other times? Fires, murders, explosions, everything short of an earthquake.
Sorry, darling. Get married tomorrow. Where's the clergyman, Elsie?
He'll be along, old boy. Don't get nervous.
I thought everything was arranged.
Don't worry, darling, it is.
Cut it out, big boy.
Don't tell me married life is going to spoil your sense of humor.
Bet you forgot the ring.
Quit to a giraffe's neck, I haven't.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
You have the most uncanny faculty for getting into trouble, just when you're about to be married.
You're wasting your time, Drummond. Below you is the Thames River, and I will...
Tenny! Yes, sir. This place is going to blow up any minute. Get out while you have a chance.
Tenny. Tenny!
I tried to give satisfaction to him.
Louder, Tenny, louder. Battle, murder, and sudden death.
If anything should happen now.
Not this time, sweet. We'll be married tomorrow at the spook.
You know, wedding out of it, I am the best man.
Here, what?
Captain Drummond! Captain Drummond! Help! Mr. Longworth! Colonel
Tenny, what happened?
We appear to have had a slight touch of nightmare, sir.
There was no nightmare that hit me on the chin.
Then it wasn't you who hit me, sir?
You open the door.
Have you two been fighting?
Fighting? Oh, no, sir.
Hugh,
No, darling, there's nothing to worry about.
I warned you if we came down here, something would happen.
Probably a second-story man, Colonel, thought Rockingham was still unoccupied. We rather got the worst of it, eh, Tenny?
It could hardly be called a holiday, sir.
Let's go after the blighters, old boy.
Well, there was only one, Algy, only one.
Only one? You mean you let one man knock you both down and then get away? Oh, dear, 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 you're slipping, old thing. You too, Tenny.
And we are humiliated, sir.
Phyllis, you mark my words. He'll wriggle out of this wedding just as he did all the others.
Well, that's hardly fair, Aunt Blanche. I was just reading Colonel Cooper's diary. It's gone.
And so am I. Good night.
Colonel, somebody beside Downey thinks there's treasure hidden in Rockingham.
You didn't see his face?
I couldn't see anything because of that pillow. Afterwards, we smashed the lamp and it was too dark.
Hugh, you really want to marry me, don't you?
Can you imagine my not wanting to marry you?
Then let's leave here now. We can be in London in an hour and...
All right, darling, we'll do that very thing.
Captain Drummond's room? Yes, Professor Downey. He wants to speak to you, says it's urgent.
Don't talk to him, Hugh.
He's my house guest, darling. I must.
All right.
There, old girl, is quite all right. Nothing's going to happen.
Yes, Professor. Yes, I know it's midnight.
He's 6 minutes late.
You have? He solved the cipher. Go on, Professor. Are you certain?
Yes, yes, yes. I can lead you directly to the hiding place. Henry Seaton.
Hello. Hello, are you there?
So you know where the treasure is, Professor Downey?
Yes, Henry. Now I know why you tried to steal the Cooper diary.
You saved me a lot of work.
Line's dead.
I knew it.
Tenny?
I have them here, sir.
I give up.
Now, darling.
I know it's not your fault. The fates are against us. It'd be the same if we went to Timbuktu to get married.
But, sweetheart.
As long as that's the way it is. Tenny, give me a kiss.
Darling, you're 1 in 1,000.
Last time I was 1 in 1,000,000.
Professor Downey.
I say, old boy, let me, will you? Hello. Are you there? Are you there?
I have it here, sir.
Stand back now.
Let Algy try it, Hugh.
Yes, I'll show you how, old boy. Hold this, will you?
Ow!
Oh, now, darling, no nerves, old girl, no nerves.
In heaven's name, Hugh Drummond, couldn't you wait until morning?
Oh, what is it, sir?
That's what we're trying to find out, Bolton.
Pardon me, sir.
And if you'll pardon me, sir.
Do you really intend to marry this lunatic?
I'm doing my best.
Heaven protect your children.
We'll name the first girl after you, Auntie.
Gosh. Well, hurry up. I want to get back to sleep.
Pardon me.
Never mind, Tenny.
I'd follow you, sir.
Hello. Rockingham Police Station? This is Colonel Nielsen of Scotland Yard. A man has been killed at Rockingham No, wait a minute. Not the lodge. Rockingham Tower. Notify the coroner and send a detail of police over here to patrol the grounds. Yes. Have them report to me personally. I'll explain when they arrive.
Colonel?
Hold the line, will you a minute? What is it, Algy?
I've been thinking.
What about?
Nothing.
I'm not surprised.
I've checked the windows and doors in this wing, Mr. Tennyson.
And the billiard room?
Everything is secure, sir.
You can start on the second floor.
Very good, sir.
I say thank you. And how's Aunt Blanche?
Hugh gave her a sleeping tablet.
Good, just what she needed.
Colonel, Downey mentioned someone by the name of Seaton, didn't he?
Hugh, this is interesting. Ishiani or Seaton was released from prison yesterday. I just got that from the yard as you came in.
Then he's the man who murdered the professor.
And tried to do me in.
And stole Cooper's diary from your room.
And Downey's key to the cipher.
Which means that Seaton will try to get into Rockingham again.
And that is why I had Tenny and Bolton lock all the doors and windows, my dear Sherlock Holmes.
And that is why I ordered a detail of police to patrol the grounds, my dear Watson.
If you had an ounce of brains, you'd leave the doors and windows open.
And let the fellow walk off with £1 million?
And if I remember my Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson managed to get married, which is more than you'll ever do, Hugh Drummond, as long as you keep fooling around with treasure trove and that villainous diary.
Sit down, Auntie.
Oh, I don't want to sit down.
But, Auntie, we haven't got the diary.
I beg your pardon, sir. I found it under the window of Professor Downey's room.
Good, Tenny.
See, Phyllis? Deception, collusion.
Hugh, I'm afraid. That book brought death to Professor Downey. Please get rid of it, won't you?
All right, darling, I will. Now, Tenny?
Yes, Captain Drummond.
The diary. A match. A newspaper?
Yes, Captain Drummond. The Times. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Times, sir.
And a fireplace.
I follow you, sir. You're quite certain, sir?
Fire, Tenny.
flames.
As you say so.
You see? Maybe I was mistaken, Hugh. You're a nice boy. Come now, dear, we can sleep.
I say, old boy, did she kiss you?
Did she, Algy?
I saw her.
Well, then maybe she did, Algy. Maybe she did. Well, there goes £1 million.
That's love, old boy. Real love.
Well, maybe it is, Algy, but somehow I feel like a quitter.
I beg your pardon, son. But if you feel any pangs of regret about burning the diary, I took the precaution to burn the telephone directory, sir. Just in case.
Tenny, you're magnificent.
I try to give satisfaction, sir.
You're a veritable
Treasure, sir?
treasure indeed, Tenny. And with this, we'll find it, eh?
As they say in America, sir, one can't be shot for trying.
You're wrong, Tenny. Professor Donny was.
Well, anything doing?
Nothing irregular.
Nothing but me losing a good night's sleep. I wish they see Henry Seton were in Halifax, I do.
Yeah, cooperating with Scotland Yard to catch Henry Seton might win you a promotion, my boy.
Aye, or a bullet in the back.
Yeah, talk hearty now, talk hearty.
Hearty? Hearty me eye.
Go on, carry on.
M's the 13th letter. If that were transposed, we'd have N. Algy, wake up.
Oh, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Come on, old boy, you promised to help.
No, don't, darling, don't.
What?
Oh, it's you, huh? Oh, then she didn't slap me.
Who didn't?
The girl on the bus. We were riding down Piccadilly, and just as I kissed her, you slapped me.
I'm sorry, old boy.
Oh, that's all right. I'll probably see her again sometime.
Now, look, Algy, I've got the...
Hugh, I forgot to ask for a telephone number.
Look, Algy, I've got it. The first letter, it's N, I think.
First letter in what?
In the alphabet, Algy, the letter N.
N in the alphabet. That's funny.
Shut up. Now, here, look at that.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U.
Now, it's a reversed alphabet directly above a normal ABC one.
Oh, right, hell. A is Z, and B is Y.
Right. Now, when I read you a letter, you write down the one directly above it in the reversed alphabet.
I get it. I think. Yeah.
X.
X. C.
L.
O.
L.
Go on.
X.
C.
L.
O.
L.
O.
Now, that's the first word. What does it spell?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, that depends on the point of view, Algy. Oh, confound it, if we only had Professor Downey's notes.
B, Y, I, R, Z, A, I, R, Y, B, R, I, O, L.
Great help you turned out to be.
3 clubs.
I'd give anything for just one.
Doubled.
With Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies. But should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. Y-R-A-R-B-I-L. L-I-B-R-A-R-Y. Library. The library.
He got my mate, sir.
You see who it was?
No, sir.
Let's get him inside.
Tenny! Hurry down. Confound it, what's the matter with the lights? The fuse must have blown through.
It's all right now, Tom.
Oh, it's you, Colonel.
He's done for, sir.
You? What is it?
It's one of the constables, dear.
I beg your pardon, miss.
Over here, Bolton.
Yes, Mr. Tennyson.
You'd better go to your room, darling.
Yes, and keep Aunt Blanche in hers.
She must have slept right through it.
Well, that's something to be thankful for.
Alf had a feeling that Seaton would get him, sir. Any instructions?
Yes, locate your men stationed close around the house.
Very good, sir.
Poor fellow. It might have been you if Seaton had got inside.
But he was inside. We saw him.
You saw him? Where?
In this very room, Colonel.
Yeah, he must have hidden somewhere after he killed Downey.
That explains why the lights went off and why the burglar alarm sounded when he went out. Confound it, Algy, if you hadn't made such a racket.
Oh, I'm sorry, old boy. I was only trying to help.
I know.
Oh, besides, Seaton won't try and get inside again tonight.
How do we know he isn't in now?
We saw him go through those doors.
He had plenty of time to come back while we were outside, Algy.
Oh, Hugh.
Huh? You mean he may be hiding in one of those secret passages, waiting to pop out and corpse one of us?
Oh, it's not unlikely. He has down his key to the cipher, you know.
And we don't know where those passages are.
Not the ones Downey mentioned at any rate.
Tenny, Bolton.
Coming, sir.
We're going over this house from cellar to attic. But, darling, you better go to your room and lock yourself in and stay there. Bolton, see Miss Claverling to her room and stay on guard in the hall.
Oh, very good, sir.
But Hugh,
Please do as I say, darling.
All right.
Algy, you take this floor and I'll do the cellar. Tenny, you take the upper floors.
Oh, what am I to do, Hugh?
Well, Colonel, you stay here. If Seaton comes back...
I'll mow him down. All right, Hugh, I'll carry on. Bulldog Drummond's secret police.
He could have gone that way.
I don't think so, sir. He would have had to pass one of my men I had stationed at the front gate.
And he didn't take the path toward the lodge?
No, sir, because that's where I was on duty when it happened.
He could have gone through the flower beds and escaped through the woods.
Not unless he had 7-league boots, Colonel. That bed's over 20 feet wide.
There's another footprint on it.
And had he gone that way...
He would have met us.
Which he did not.
No, we can't let him get away with this, Colonel.
He's made a fair job of it so far.
May I get up now, sir?
Oh, yes, Tenny, thank you. Well, that gives us a pretty fair idea of what took place here last night.
Except how he got away.
Yes, Algy, except how he got away. And if he didn't go that way, and if he didn't go that way...
Or that way?
Then which way did he go?
Up, sir.
Up?
Yes, Algy, up!
The ivy!
Huh?
Look, Colonel, he's up the trail of broken ivy as plain as day.
Now will you believe he's somewhere in the house?
In the passages, Colonel. And when we open the entrance to the ones I'm familiar with...
We'll try to find the entrance to the ones he's familiar with.
Right. Have you ordered the men from the village, Tenny?
They started to open the wall in the storeroom an hour ago, sir.
Good. Now we'll see if Seaton went through the window or made it to the roof.
Oh, careful, Hugh.
Right. See you in the third floor, sir.
Right, Tenny?
Wedding festivities, indeed. This place is a museum of horrors. Not just one murder, but two. 2 murders in one night.
There, Auntie. It's all over now.
What's that? What is it?
Sorry, darling. I thought you were downstairs having breakfast.
Hugh Drummond, what are you doing? Peering in my window. Now perhaps you realize the kind of man you're marrying?
Please, Aunt Blanche, let me explain. I'm following Seaton.
Yes, climbing up walls like a bat.
Well, that's how he got away, up the ivy to one of the rooms above this, I think.
I'm through. I've had enough. I'm taking the next train back to town, and so are you.
But, Auntie, we're going to be married at noon.
Well, I could be done to death 20 times before then.
Oh, Aunt Blanche.
I'm not your aunt. I wouldn't be your aunt if an act of Parliament decreed it.
But you're Phyllis's aunt, and you can't desert her like this.
Oh, can't I? I suppose you'll stop me, you vine-climbing Dracula?
You better go. I'll talk to her. No, not that way. Down.
Anything for you, darling.
Hugh!
Don't worry, darling. That's much the easiest way to come down.
Captain Drummond!
Yes, Tenny?
There's no trace of him in this room, sir.
Well, try the next one, then.
That'll be Bolton's room, sir.
Well, go over and see if the vines are torn over there on the right.
Very good, sir. Bolton! Bolton! Bolton!
Tenny!
Tenny!
That's odd. He doesn't answer. Well, let's go up.
Captain Drummond!
What is it, Sergeant?
Foul play, sir. One of my men found a body in clear wood.
What, another one?
Yes, sir. And we're hoping that you can identify him.
What makes you think that?
Because, sir, he was coming here.
Here?
Open season at Rockingham.
The station master identified him as a passenger on the 2:15 yesterday. He asked the way to the tower, sir.
What did he look like?
Well, sir, he was a man about 40, of medium height. Said he was your new butler, sir.
Bolton. I've got it. Bolton started for Rockingham.
And it was Seaton who arrived.
Right.
He must have met Bolton on the train and...
I say, Hugh, what's happened to Tenny?
Tenny!
We're wasting time. Sergeant, let no one leave the house.
Right, sir. Here, Algy.
Huh?
Up there.
Did you get my hot water bottle, Phyllis? Bolton, what are you doing in my room? Oh!
Tenny! Tenny!
Well, he doesn't seem to be in
the wardrobe, Algy.
Where is everyone, Bolton?
In the garden, I believe, Miss Clavering. Captain Drummond is examining the ivy.
Oh, thank you.
Captain
Drummond. Take it easy, old boy.
What happened? What did you see?
Stars, sir.
Auntie. Auntie.
It was Bolton, sir.
Yes, we know, Tenny, we know.
Hugh! Hugh, where are you? Hugh! Bolton! What on earth are you doing?
Captain Drummond must have found the entrance to the passages, miss.
But I thought the entrance was that...
Phyllis! 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 She must be with Seaton.
But where?
That's what we've got to find out, Algy. See if the men have opened the wall in the storeroom. Colonel, I'm sure that scream came from here. There must be an entrance somewhere.
Hey, those old blighters didn't half-wall up the entrance to these here passages, they didn't.
Wait a minute! I'm the old blighter that walled it up 20 years ago!
Blimey, what's she doing?
Making a bomb, young fella, my lad. Bottle, fuse, and gunpowder. It'll blow open the entrance to that passage in no time at all.
Won't it damage the house, sir?
Not a chance, or no. I learned all about this sort of thing during the war.
Pardon me, sir. We're both needed in the library, sir.
Right-ho, I'll toddle along.
Oh, confound it, Colonel. These panels are like the Rock of Gibraltar, all of them.
This code isn't solving either.
Well, what do you expect? It took Donnie 3 years to work it out. You can't do it in 10 minutes.
No, don't get the wind up, Hugh.
But, Colonel, Phyllis... Algy! Tenny!
Right here, old boy.
Coming, sir.
Oh, good work, Tenny. Huh? Now get busy, all of you.
Yeah, but I say, Hugh, I've never used one of these things.
It's just like a corkscrew, Algy.
Oh, I know how to do that.
I wouldn't try it if I were you. These passages are like catacombs.
May I ask what you propose to do with me?
I don't know. You know, something I hadn't counted on.
Do you know just how you're going to get out of here?
Oh, the way we came in.
I suppose it hasn't occurred to you they'll be waiting in the library. They know the entrance is there.
Do they?
We heard them. So they must have heard me when I screamed.
Oh, you're a smart girl.
Tower of Waters.
Now I know how I'm going to get out of here.
Through there?
Perhaps. Or through the library with you as my ticket. So don't try to get away again. I wouldn't like it.
Chamber of the Spikes.
It's worth £100 if it's worth a penny. Yeah, put it on.
No!
Not good enough for a ladyship, I suppose.
I've got it, sir.
Huh? Good work. Oh. Seems just like the others.
Draft here, Colonel.
Hugh.
Good work, Algy. Stand clear, Tenny. Algy.
Huh?
Will you please get out of the way?
Oh. Should you hear the sound of turning wheels, beware. This place could tell some pretty tales, eh? Clever? Lodge and Rockingham in line, a stone is found. Full 3 long paces north, and in the ground the answer lies.
One little gold piece.
The Roundheads never knew what became of the King's jewels after the Battle of Naseby. Here. You little fool, I'm one of the richest men in England. Phyllis!
Like sardines in a tin. Birds in a cage would be more appropriate, sir.
Pardon me, sir, but we are in for a spot of trouble.
Phyllis.
That's right, Drummond.
Let me talk to him. Seaton.
Yes, Colonel.
Let Miss Clavering come down to us and we'll give you a fair chance to get away.
Well, throw out your pistols.
Why, say, we can't do that.
I'll count 5. 1.
Don't do it, Hugh. He'll kill you.
2.
Here they come.
Pardon me, sir. The reserve.
Good work, Tenny.
Come out, all of you. You must take me for a fool, Nielsen.
I promise to let you go.
I'll see to that. First, we'll have Captain Drummond.
No!
Captain Drummond, Miss Clavering. Places, everyone. Rehearsal. Right over here, please. Facing me. And, Captain, you will be on Miss Clavering's right.
Oh, yes, of course.
Just a little bit closer, if you please, yes. And, Colonel, you will be on Miss Clavering's left.
Oh, splendid.
And, Mr. Longworth, you will right here on Captain Drummond's right. That's right. Well, now, splendid. Now, supposing we run through it. Now, all you have to do is to keep calm. Now, let me see. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here...
I say, Hugh, are you there? Oh.
Where's Phyllis?
Chin up, old boy. She's gone.
Gone where?
She and her aunt have departed for Africa, sir.
Africa?
Yes, to hunt lions.
She said it would be safer, sir.
We are now coming, ladies and gentlemen, to another of the interesting landmarks of the City of London. And these imposing stone buildings are New Scotland Yard, where day and night the guardians of London's law and order keep their sleepless vigils.
I thought you might be interested in this, Colonel Nielsen.
Huh? U.C. Drummond, former captain in His Majesty's Royal Air Force, will marry Miss Phyllis Claverling, niece of Mrs. Blanche Claverling, in Geneva, Switzerland on Thursday next. Greer, that young man has caused me more headaches than any man alive. It's a pity, too. He means so well.
You're probably glad he's in Switzerland, sir.
He'd only stay there, not try and do my work for me. By the way, I want to send a wedding present to Captain Drummond. A book.
A book, sir?
And on second thoughts, I think I'll make it 2 books. Yeah, one for Drummond and one for Miss Clavering.
What address, sir?
Tenny, don't you think my yodeling's improving?
I really couldn't say so.
Maybe he's right, Phyllis. What's this, more loot?
Still coming in, sir.
Darling, we must get married again and again and again.
And again and again.
Excellency,
Well, now, it's all right, Herr Detective.
Ist der Braut, sie ist der Brauten.
Na ja, dann ist ja alles in Ordnung.
Ja.
Yeah.
Now, who sent that?
To Bulldog Drummond with felicitations of the Drones Club.
Now, what do you say it is, Tenny?
Eros, the Greek god of love, sir.
Why, Tenny?
Research work, miss. Crossword puzzles.
Have you any suggestions, Tenny?
Oh, I think it deserves to meet with an accident, sir.
A colossal idea.
I rather like it, sir.
Well, there's something else from Colonel Nielsen. How to grow tobacco in Rhodesia and like it. That's a funny book to give us.
I beg your pardon, sir. That's meant for you individually. Colonel Nielsen sent the other one for Miss Clavering.
Travels with a donkey. To be read on the honeymoon.
Very funny, sir.
We won't need you till dinner time, Tenny.
Who will look after the wedding presents?
Well, the Herr Detective will watch them.
And who'll watch the detective, sir?
Come on, love.
Oh, Tenny, have you seen my Aunt Blanche?
She's outside with Sir Raymond Blantyre.
Got it.
Oh, that's fine. Now it's your turn. There. Oh, my nephew-niece. That is, my niece and my nephew-to-be isn't really my nephew yet, you understand. Children, I want you to meet one of my oldest and dearest friends. He's the head of a huge diamond syndicate. Sir Raymond... Sir Raymond...
Sir Raymond Blantyre.
Oh, yes, of course. Sir Raymond Drummond, this is Bulldog Claverling. This, Miss Blantyre, this is Phyllis.
Packages for Captain Drummond.
Here. More loot, darling. Thank you.
Oh, well, this must be valuable. Look at all the insurance stamps.
That's from Gwen and Algy.
Oh, lovely, isn't it?
Where did that come from?
From Gwen Longworth. What does she say, Hugh?
Dear Hugh and Phyllis, look what Daddy just made in his laboratory.
Oh, I thought it was real.
Her father made this?
You mustn't tell anybody who made it because it's a secret. Because it... This is my wedding gift. Silly old Algy has something else, but he's bringing it in person because they won't let him ship it. Don't get married until we get there, Gwen.
Now, what in the world do you suppose it could be?
Pretty good.
You've a perfect right to be alone for a minute or two.
Well, not if Aunt Blanche knows anything about it. You happy, darling?
Of course I am.
Why, of course.
Well, because you're you, I suppose.
And is that the only reason?
Well, because we're together and you've given up all those crazy, reckless adventures just to settle down with me.
Yes, dear, that's right.
You promised, don't forget
No,
that.
I won't forget. You may consider me settled down.
And after the honeymoon, we'll buy a house in the country and have a big garden and...
And the Drummond Hollyhocks will be famous in every flower show in England.
You're not serious.
I'm serious about you.
You'd better be. I won't have my affections tampered with.
Cook calls these the spice of love, miss. Would you like one?
What do you think, Tenny?
Well, I hardly think it's necessary in your case, miss. Dinner is about to be announced.
Come on, I'm famished.
Where have you been, Roberts? I've been trying to find you all the afternoon.
Well, I only just got your message.
I've just seen an artificial diamond that looked absolutely real to me.
Where is it?
In there, among the wedding presents. We must get hold of it at any cost and submit it to all possible tests.
Well, I'll do my best.
Sir Raymond! Oh, Sir Raymond, you're neglecting me shamefully.
I'm sorry, I'm sure. Excuse me, will you?
I wanted you to see the rest of it.
Dinner is served.
Oh, come, Sir Raymond. Come, children. See who it is, Tenny. Here we are.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, Wendy and Ellen. Oh, I'm so glad.
Mr. and Mrs. Algy Longworth. And Annabelle.
There we are, look at him. Isn't he terrific? No home is complete without one.
Oh, a beautiful, crazy wedding present. Did you get the other package I sent?
Oh, yes, dear. It was so sweet of you.
But darling.
Oh, come on. I can't wait to show you the rest of the presents. Here you are, Tenny. Hugh calls them the loot.
They're all right here. We'll show you.
Now,
lovely ground.
Oh, some of them are perfectly
This
lovely.
is from Mr.
Oh,
but
there's
it's another
Hugh.
package.
What, Hugh?
A well-deserved treat, sir.
Now, Tenny, I'm beginning to like that bird.
Oh, this is from Hugh's aunt, and... Hugh, it's gone.
Oh, what's gone?
Well, that diamond, that gorgeous glass diamond that Gwenny sent me.
Couldn't be.
But it wasn't glass, Phyllis. What? It wasn't, I tell you. Daddy made it in his laboratory. It's a real honest-to-goodness diamond.
Absolutely, on my word of honor. Professor Goodman can take a couple of shillings worth of foul-smelling chemicals, and out comes a diamond as big as a plum. It's unnatural, of course, but it's real.
The detective, he's dead.
Dead. Merciful heavens. Paulette! Oh!
Get a doctor, somebody!
Call the police.
The police! Oh, Sir Raymond! Where's Sir Raymond? Somebody get
Yes, Auntie. Tenny,
get
go
him.
get him.
But I am telling you what happened. We came popping into the room. Everything was strictly top hole. We're bingo. The jolly old birds tumbled right on the poor fellow, yeah. Cold as a cucumber he was. Conked right on the visa. And... What? Why don't I speak English? I say, listen, officer, this is no time for joking. We have a gory corpse lying on the floor in here.
Here, let me have that. Where am I?
I regret to inform you, madam, Sir Raymond has gone.
Gone? Oh, I never heard of such a thing.
Well, perhaps he stepped out for a walk or something.
In a way, he has, miss.
What's that, Tenny?
Sir Raymond and his secretary, Mr. Roberts, have left for London, sir.
London? Quick, look up the trains.
I know them, sir.
What's the next through train?
The next through train has just left, sir.
Get my car ready.
Very good, sir.
It's all right. The police have left.
The police! Oh, I can't believe Sir Raymond would rush away like that without even leaving a note for me. Oh!
Hugh, where are you going?
After Sir Raymond, he's got the diamond.
Do you know who Sir Raymond is? Why, he's the head of the Metropolitan Diamond Syndicate.
I know, but...
And if you think that a man of his wealth and position would stoop to stealing an imitation diamond...
But it's the same as a real one.
This artificial diamond may ruin an industry and send Sir Raymond and his stockholders to the poorhouse.
You mean my diamond stocks might go down?
Well, if they can make diamonds cheaply in a laboratory, they'll be as worthless as pebbles. And Sir Raymond knows that.
Oh, what do you think he'll do?
Well, he's off to a good start with a murder. I'll be back soon, darling.
Hugh?
Oh.
Hugh, you can't go now. Not almost on our wedding day. The police will do what has to be done.
I'll be back very soon, and Algy will take care of everything.
Oh, of course, I'll attend to the police when they get here, but what do I do exactly?
You understand, dear?
Hugh Drummond, if you go now, you needn't come back again, ever.
But I must go.
All right, then, go. Play cops and robbers all your life. I never want to see you again. I hope you...
There's Tenny. Goodbye, dear. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Algy, run and catch him. See that he wears this and he keeps warm and dry and that nothing happens to him.
Are you coming, Mr. Longworth?
You're sure you don't mind, my pet?
Oh, what good will it do me?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, what'll we do? Oh.
We
a railway guide, Roberts?
Yes. Why, what are you going to do?
I'm merely taking an obvious precaution.
Precaution? Oh, against customs.
You better cable ahead of the next stop. Arrange an emergency meeting of the syndicate at my house in London. Let me have the diamond.
Tenny, you better stay here and look after the car.
I'd rather look after you, sir.
A good idea, Tenny.
I'd rather like it, sir.
Watch it!
Now to breeze in on Sir Raymond, huh?
We'll break in on him with the dawn, my friend. The hour when dead men walk and sick men die.
Oh, please.
Besides, I've got to figure out how to get him away from his compartment so that you can search it, Algy.
Right-ho.
Will you tell Mr. Drummond I wish to speak to him?
Sir Raymond Blantyre to see you, sir.
Ah, ask him to come in.
Will you please come in?
No, I'd rather see him in the vestibule.
He says he'd rather see you in the vestibule, sir.
That's very kind of him. Now's your chance, Algy.
You wait here, Tenny. I'll take a look at Blantyre's compartment.
Ah, Sir Raymond?
Yes, I saw you come aboard, Drummond. Is anything wrong?
What do you think?
I don't understand. What made you change your plans about the wedding?
Little matter of a theft of a diamond.
Yes?
And a murder.
Murder? Drummond, you're wasting your time. Can't involve me. I know nothing whatever about the murder of that detective.
And the theft of the diamond?
Do you imagine anyone will find it in my possession?
No, you wouldn't be so careless, would you?
Take my advice, my young friend. Go back to Geneva.
On the contrary, Sir Raymond, I shall accompany you to London. With a police escort, if it can be arranged.
Wallace?
Well, what happened?
You never told me that detective was killed.
Killed? He must have had a skull as thin as paper.
I've told you before,
You
Roberts.
told me to get the diamond at any cost.
Algy, what'd you find?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought as much.
What are we going to do now?
The cable, Colonel Neeson, we've got the man.
Where?
Cablegram from Captain Drummond, sir.
Put it down. Who'd you say?
Captain Drummond, sir.
Oh. Thanking me for the presents, I suppose. Please ask French authorities to arrest Sir Raymond Blantyre, London Express, Hugh Drummond. So that's his answer to my little joke with the books. I've never seen anything so transparent in my life. Not so funny, Greer.
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
You will. And so will Captain Drummond. Arrest Sir Raymond Blantyre. Take a cablegram.
Whoa, Tenny!
Tenny, what's happened?
We've stopped at the station, sir.
Telegram for Captain Drummond.
Ah, good old Nielsen. That's probably his answer to my cablegram.
Good old Nielsen. He never fails.
Impossible grant your request, but will arrest Santa Claus and Snow White if you demand it. Nielsen. Well, that's that.
Looks as though we'll have to give up then.
Is that your opinion, Tenny?
It's just occurred to me, sir. If we have another shot at finding that diamond and find it, the French police are bound to take notice of that, sir.
But I searched with a fine-tooth comb.
Tenny's right. We've got to have a showdown right now.
I think they've gone.
They can't have gone far. Quick, Tenny, get the bags. Is there an airport around here?
Yes, sir. Quite a small one.
Well, that's where they went then. Tenny, get a taxi.
Yes, sir.
Here, now.
Taxi! Taxi me to the detective.
Voiture!
We've got to get to London.
Oh, monsieur, it's impossible.
You keep planes for charter, don't you?
We do, monsieur, but our last one was just hired. Two English gentlemen in a great hurry to get to London.
I'll pay you 10,000 francs for the use of a fast three-seater.
Have you a French license?
Oh, no, but can't you think of a man who might do it?
There is one. Over there, Raoul.
Calling Croydon, air taxi F, XOYU. Calling Croydon, I'm within your radio beam. Can you give me my position? Give me my position. Give me my radio bearing.
Croydon calling French air taxi FXOYU. Croydon calling French air taxi FXOYU. Ceiling here 0. Ceiling absolutely 0. Turn back to Les Bourget. FXOYU.
Ceiling or not, I'm coming down. Give me a radio bearing. Come on, Innes, I know you and I've landed blind before. This is Drummond speaking. Will you give me that bearing? Who says I can't? Are you a crazy man? Turn on your lights. I'm coming down.
Suggest you hold Blanchard until I arrive by plane. Hugh Drummond.
Grier,
At Croydon Airport, right away.
this is Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard cutting in on Croydon wavelength. Police calling air taxi FXOYU. This is an official order. An official order. Do not attempt to land. Landing permission refused. Return at once across channel.
I am coming down. We'll land here.
What is it?
Professor Goodman is expecting me. I'm Sir Raymond Blantyre of the Metropolitan Diamond Syndicate. Mr. Steiner made the appointment for me.
Oh, yes, sir. But he didn't say there'd be anyone with you.
Oh, Mr. Roberts is my associate.
Oh, very good, sir.
This is a matter of utmost delicacy.
Very interesting.
Oh, would you care to read my notes? You know, sometimes even I can't read my own writing. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, I could probably make these diamonds for $1 each. Now, if you put these on, gentlemen, please.
Is there any danger?
Danger? Oh, I see you refer to my wall. Well, before I learned how to cool diamonds quickly, a small stone exploded. Sometimes they explode even now. However, I have, I think, eliminated that possibility. Now, gentlemen, are you ready? Stand back. Gentlemen, you have been present at the birth of a diamond. Now, after a few seconds cooling, you shall see your stone. There, gentlemen, is your diamond.
Oh, that isn't a diamond.
Perfect. About 15 carat.
Oh, size makes no difference. If I had larger equipment, like Dr. Petulian's...
Petulian?
Yes, Petulian, the American scientist. I could make diamonds as large as ostrich eggs.
Well, then why don't you?
Because Petulian is my rival, and I don't want him to know yet what I've done.
Professor, my colleagues and I will pay you £50,000 for the exclusive control of your process.
A bad bargain, gentlemen. After a few weeks, my process will be free to everyone.
If you publish this formula, the most precious jewels in the world will be worth no more than pebbles.
Yes, but diamonds will still be beautiful.
Yeah, what woman will want to wear diamonds then?
We are ready to pay you £50,000 to destroy your notes, to suppress your secret.
I am only interested in being the first man to make a perfect large diamond.
Well, name your figure. Anything up to £500,000.
That means power, security, leisure.
But I have all that I want.
Do you mean to say that you value your name on a scientific paper more than £500,000 in cash?
Yes, yes. That's exactly the case.
We ask that you consider the matter for a day or two.
Gentlemen, my decision is final.
This is more serious than you think, Professor.
Yes, business is serious, but
This is serious yourself. My associates must protect their investments in one way or another. And while you're thinking it over, I suggest that you refrain from making more diamonds. Good morning.
I'm in time, Sir Raymond.
Good morning, Captain Drummond. Nice to see you again. And your friend, too. Permit me to return your promise.
And you searched his compartment?
A book's no place to hide a diamond.
The trouble is, Sir Raymond didn't know that.
Oh. Stupid of him, wasn't it?
Oh, it's you, Drummond. And Algy.
So Sir Raymond threatened you?
Definitely. What do you suggest that I do?
You sell your formula?
I will not.
Why don't you take a trip?
And miss the Royal Society meeting? From these notes, I'm preparing a paper that will make my name ring round the world.
It isn't safe for you to walk about the streets of London with those notes in your pocket. Now, why don't let me keep them for you in my safe deposit box?
No, thank you, Captain Drummond. I'll not be intimidated by anybody. The colossal impudence of them. Stop making diamonds. I will not stop. I'll make a bigger diamond than the Kohinoor, or even the Cullinan. I'll make the biggest diamond in the world.
Dr. Petulian's laboratory. But he's very busy. Yes. Doctor? It's Professor Goodman.
Professor Goodman? Well, I don't see why he should call me. Yes? Yes, how are you, Professor? Fine. What? You've made a 15-carat diamond. Oh, fine work, Professor. Congratulations. Yes, I understand. Well, no, not at the present time. I'll be glad to let you use my equipment. Yes, what time? Very well, I'll bring the equipment over to you at 9 o'clock tonight. Yes. Goodbye.
You can't do that, Captain Drummond.
Tell the commissioner it's urgent.
I've already given him that message.
Tell him it won't take 5 minutes.
says it won't take 5 minutes, sir.
I thought I told you not to land in England.
No, Colonel, you told me not to land at Croydon, and I obeyed you to the letter. I landed at Basingstoke.
Drummond, will you please go away?
You don't want me to pull out when I know a man's going to be murdered?
You always have to interfere. Who's going to be murdered?
Professor Bernard Goodman, number 24, St. Laban's Road.
And who's going to do the
I
job?
can tell you that, too, Sir Raymond Blantyre. I don't see what's so funny.
Come with me, my dear fellow. Come with me. Sir Raymond, this impetuous young man has just warned me that you were about to murder Professor Goodman.
Really?
Colonel, Sir Raymond has just asked me to have Professor Goodman placed in protective custody.
You see, Drummond, I too share your feeling that the dear professor is in danger.
But you can't arrest an innocent man.
Drummond, you're a young fool. The manufacture of diamonds is as dangerous to the Empire as counterfeiting.
Message for you, sir.
Huh? Situation's taken a new turn, gentlemen. The Home Secretary instructs me to give police cooperation to Goodman and to the American scientist, Dr. Botulian.
Botulian, did you say?
It appears that these gentlemen are about to attempt the manufacture of a diamond that will outshine the crown jewels of the Empire.
Well, that's that. I must be on my way. I have an appointment.
With Professor Goodman?
Curiosity, my young friend, is reputed to have killed a cat.
Drummond, will you please go away? Go back and get married, or whatever it was. Stop minding other people's business. And stop annoying Sir Raymond Blantyre. He's one of the most important men in the country.
And the murderer.
What? Why do you know that?
I don't know it, Colonel. I only suspect it.
You do? Get out. Get out!
Colonel!
Huh? Your tie is crooked. Hey! Hello! Ha! Division 5, Friend Dennis. Put 2 of your best men on the house at 24th and Laban's Road at 9 o'clock tonight. Huh? Right.
So you and Professor Goodman are rivals in a process for making artificial diamonds.
We've experimented along similar lines, if that's what you mean.
And you failed where Goodman has succeeded.
At the present, it appears so. Your syndicate is interested in the Goodman process?
Very interested.
Well, then why don't you talk to him?
We have. We made him a very handsome offer. But Professor Goodman seems to think more of the glory of his discovery.
Well, if he says he won't sell, he won't sell. He's a very stubborn old man.
I understand you have an appointment with him.
Yes. I'm letting him use some of my equipment. I'm taking it to him tonight at 9.
We can make it worth your while not to keep that appointment.
No. For what reason?
Goodman's formula must be destroyed.
I see. You want the formula destroyed.
Don't you, Dr. Botulian?
I have no objection.
Well, we can help you, Doctor.
Yes? Pack this.
We'll pay you £5,000 to let us keep your appointment with Goodman this evening.
£5,000? But what if I discover the process myself later?
Financial arrangements will be made with you so that your discovery will never become known.
It seems I have no choice, gentlemen. What do you propose? Before we make a bargain, we must understand each other completely.
Goodman and his laboratory will be totally destroyed by an explosion.
What do you expect me to do?
Nothing, except remain in your rooms so that you'll have an alibi in the event of an investigation.
I see. And you two gentlemen will keep my appointment with Professor Goodman.
Exactly.
I will arrive at 9 o'clock, disguised as you. He'll never suspect.
Very well. I'll remain here. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Get the equipment out of this box.
Aren't you going to keep your appointment with Professor Goodman?
Yes, we'll be there, but we'll be there before 9 o'clock. And when Professor Goodman's laboratory is destroyed, they'll find the body of Mr. Roberts. We'll have Professor Goodman at some out-of-the-way place in the country.
Oh, I see. Then you're not satisfied with Blantyre's £5,000.
I think Blantyre will be glad to pay us £50,000.
Oh, Dr. Botulian, how good of you to have come.
I'm afraid I'm a little ahead of time.
Well, better early than late, eh?
My equipment.
Oh, come in, then. Now, round to the right. You can go, Mrs. Weavens. I shan't require you any more tonight.
Thank you, sir.
24. This is the house.
Here, who are you? I'll ask you the same thing, my man.
We're keeping an eye on this house tonight. That's who we are. Now answer the question.
I'm the lady what does for Professor Goodman, and these persons just left a parcel. But at present, if you've no objection, I'm in search of refreshment.
Here, what do you want?
I have an appointment with Professor Goodman.
What's the name?
I am Dr. Petulian.
That's right. You can go in.
Thank you.
Come in, Mr. Roberts.
I regret to inform you, sir. Professor Goodman does not answer his door.
But I would try myself, huh?
I advise against it.
Why?
There are 2 constables lurking in this robbery, sir.
Well, there must be a real one. Don't, Tenny, get me a...
Will this be of any use, sir?
Oh, no, Tenny.
What about this, sir?
An excellent idea.
I rather like it, sir.
Now, you wait here, and if the constables start after me, give me a double toot in the horn, right?
Right. 2 toots, sir?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Captain Drummond, we have special instructions to look for you, sir.
Very flattering.
You better come along with us, sir.
I'm rather afraid it should have been 2 toots, sir.
Oh, dear. What are we going to do now?
There's a van just stopped outside Professor Goodman's house, sir.
Something must be wrong. I'm going in. After all, it's my own father-in-law.
I'll go along with you.
No. You lie doggo. If they try to follow me, stop them.
Stop them, sir? How?
Yeah. Well, how? You know, just stop them.
Oh, yes.
Stop them. I say, do you know him? Oh!
Stop them, he said.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
There's a car following us. It's going wrong side. Get off the road!
Taxi! Taxi! Voiture!
Hugh! Hugh! Tenny! Oh.
say a word, Drummond. I've been looking for a long time for an excuse to lock you up. Now you furnished it. You were trying to batter your way into that house.
Colonel,
Housebreaking is housebreaking.
I told you I was only trying to prevent a murder.
You always break the law with the best intentions, don't you? Well, this time you've gone too far. Take him away.
All right, Colonel. But after you lock me up, will you search Professor Goodman's house?
I will not. There's nothing wrong with Professor Goodman. There's nothing wrong with his house. Hello. What was it? What happened?
I got off for a pretty good idea.
Will you be quiet? Hello.
There's been an explosion, sir.
Where?
There's been an explosion, sir.
Oh! I know that. Where?
24 St. Laban's Road, sir.
Come on.
What shall we do with the prisoner, sir?
Bring him along.
I said it wasn't the explosion. Somebody hit me.
Easy now. They often get this way in mild concussion cases. They remember a lot of things. A lot of things that aren't so.
The only one so far, sir. Identified Professor Goodman, sir. His son-in-law identified the watch and shoes.
Well, Drummond, I owe you. Drummond!
Beg pardon, sir. He seems to be gone.
With all of you standing here, go and get him!
No one's allowed in here, sir.
But Professor Goodman's a friend of mine.
Sorry, sir. But with the laboratory and the whole rear of the house blown to bits, can't let anyone in. I told you fellas to stay back.
That's all I want to get a picture.
Back down and stay, will you?
Yeah, where are you going?
I don't know. I don't know.
You'd better come across the inspector.
Oh, I'm Dr. Batulian. I'm looking for Professor Goodman's house. I have an appointment with him.
Appointment, eh? What time?
At 9 o'clock. He sent an express van for me and my equipment.
9 o'clock, and you arrive here now.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, the men drove me for miles through the side streets and...
There he is! The blackguard, there he is!
What do you mean?
Why, he was the man that called on Professor Goodman early this evening.
Impossible. I haven't seen Professor Goodman in years. Oh, I did speak to him on the telephone.
And you didn't call at his house tonight?
Oh, as heaven is my witness.
Pray this is a matter for a magistrate to decide. Sergeant!
Why, you can't do this to me.
Oh, I can't, eh?
You can, but you shouldn't, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector. What's this all about, anyway?
He sneaked through the lines and was popping about in the house, sir.
I confess. But I had to have a look around before your men trampled everything into the dust. And I found something that makes it clear you can't arrest the doctor.
Some bits of hair.
Obviously a part of a false beard or wig.
In the name of my sainted aunt. Someone came here disguised as Dr. Batulian.
With a packing case full of TNT.
Now, if you've quite finished with me, Inspector...
Don't call me Inspector!
Sorry. May I be on my way?
With pleasure.
You're not eating your kippers, sir. They're quite nice.
Tenny, can't you remember anything about the van you tried to follow?
Not exactly, sir. I'm sure I should know it if I saw it again. Isn't Mr. Longworth breakfasting this morning, sir?
He was up and away hours ago. He's out at the airport hoping to meet Mrs. Longworth.
But there's no airliner schedule, sir.
I know, I told him that.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tenny.
They did charter a plane.
Hugh. Hugh. What really happened?
Well, Gwen, there was an explosion and, well, nobody seems to know exactly what happened.
Did he suffer much?
Oh, it must have been all over in the fraction of a second. But the identification was very difficult, Gwen, and...
You mean the police aren't sure it was Daddy?
Well, they seem to be sure, but...
But you're not.
Well, now, Gwen, really,
You think my father may be alive? Come, dear, we'll take you to the hotel. Oh, I just know Daddy's alive. You'll find him. Algy will help. We'll all help.
Tenny, we've got to do something. Can you remember anything about the third man who came out of the house after Mr. Longworth was hit on the head?
It was very, very dark, sir. But I believe he had a beard, sir. I'll see who it is, sir.
I must see Captain Drummond at once. It's very important. I'm Dr. Petulian.
Won't you sit down, Doctor?
The late Professor Goodman seems to have had a premonition of what was to happen to him.
Yes?
A week ago, he sent me a letter requesting that in the event of his death, I was to carry on his diamond experiments.
I see. But how does this affect me?
Goodman gave his precious notes to you for safekeeping.
No, on the contrary, Doctor. I asked him to do so, but he refused.
I know you have those notes, Captain Drummond. Read this.
Dear Drummond, in the event of anything happening to me, will you please turn over my notes to my old friend and colleague, Dr. Max Petulian, Bernard Goodman.
You'll give me the notes at once, please?
Yes, they're in my safe deposit box.
I could go there with you.
Yes, of course, but I should like to have this handwriting checked just to make sure it is Professor Goodman's.
What? As you wish, but there's so little time left before the meeting of the Royal Society.
Yes, but perhaps you could come back, say, 4 o'clock this afternoon?
4 o'clock. I'll be here.
Thank you. Tenny?
Yes, sir.
Give me some writing paper, will you?
Yes, sir. Putting plain paper in the envelope, sir? Isn't that rather risky?
There's no time for anything else.
How many guests are you expecting, sir?
Only 2.
Tea or whiskey and soda, sir?
Neither, Tenny. You better stay within call with a revolver.
Very good, sir.
Come in, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector!
Well, what'd you call me down here for?
There's that letter I phoned you about.
I suppose you'll say it's a forgery.
Not at all. Gwen Longworth says her father's handwriting.
Then go ahead. Give Dr. Petulian the notes.
I can't. You see, Professor Goodman didn't leave them to me.
What? If Goodman didn't leave them, why should he? What?
Exactly.
I'll wait.
I thought you would.
But only for a few minutes. Perfectly obvious Petulian isn't coming here.
You just wait.
I can't wait. I might have known it'd be like this. Drummond, why don't you go back to Switzerland?
And the man who called on me this morning couldn't have been the real Petulian.
What are you talking about?
It must have been the man who was impersonating him. And there is the reason why he didn't come back at 4 o'clock. Oh, Colonel, why don't you go back to Scotland Yard or wherever it was and take your police escort with you? They're enough to frighten away Petulian or his impersonator or both.
And I know!
My tie is crooked. Tenny! Tenny! Won't you come in, Dr. Petulian?
What's the meaning of this?
I owe you an apology, Doctor.
An apology? Why, you're right.
Please let me explain. Won't you come in and sit down? It all began, Doctor, when a man obviously impersonating you came to my flat this morning with a letter.
Letter?
Yes. Do you recognize this?
Well, that's just what I came to see you about. This letter was stolen from my rooms last night.
And you didn't report it to the police?
Oh, absolutely not. The police would only have made matters worse by publicizing what Goodman wanted kept quiet. Now, will you please comply with Goodman's wishes and turn those notes over to me?
Yes, of course. Tenny?
Yes, sir.
Will you get Professor Goodman's notes?
Very good, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I must be off.
Good day, sir. Tenny, my hat.
And while you're following that gentleman, sir, might I snoop round a bit on my motorcycle?
You might, Tenny. And tell Mr. Longworth I'll be back shortly, or else I'll telephone him.
Very good, sir.
He's still following us.
Shall I speed up and lose him?
I wouldn't lose our friend Drummond for anything in the world. Pull into the village garage. We'll park there.
Are you walking all the way to the house?
It's better if we make Drummond follow us on foot. Come in, Captain Drummond.
Thank you. Good evening.
Make yourself at home. The man from whom I rented this house was something of a collector.
So I see. His taste rather ran to sharp-edged things.
My own hobby runs to sherry. I can recommend this Amontillado very highly.
Thank you. I came here to see Professor Goodman.
What?
To see Professor Goodman.
I'm not a medium. I can't bring back the dead.
Ah, but Professor Goodman isn't dead, Doctor. At least the letter you gave me from him was written within the last 24 hours.
What do you mean?
The ink.
Oh, of course. The blue-black ink. It changes to black only after a few days.
This ink was still blue.
We all make mistakes, don't we? Even Bulldog Drummond makes mistakes now and then. Look out behind you.
Oh, no, I won't fall for that one, Doctor. Or whoever you are. Now, if you don't mind, I'll thank you.
Hugh Drummond.
Ah, Professor.
Come along, boy. There, boy.
Well, at least I was right. I guessed from your letters you were still alive.
So far, yes. But I didn't expect you to be trapped here with me.
Neither did Betulian.
Gentlemen, don't you think it's about time we came to an understanding? Now, you tricked me into bringing Drummond into this. Instead of Goodman's notes, you gave me blank sheets of paper. I want those notes.
If you'll release Drummond and take me to my house, I'll give them to you.
Where are they?
In the pocket of my laboratory jacket.
Your laboratory was blown to smithereens, Professor.
Then my notes are destroyed.
Unfortunate. What you've done once, you can do again.
But I can't get it done in time for the Royal Society meeting.
I'm not interested in the Royal Society. Your process should have been worth millions to you. Well, it'll be worth millions to me, and I mean to have it.
It'll take a very long time.
Surely not, with an able assistant like Captain Drummond.
And if we refuse?
Consequences will be unpleasant.
And that's all the help you can give us.
I know positively nothing of the others. But I want to find Roberts even more than you do. Why he should run away is a complete mystery.
Well, mystery is all a mystery. Goodman blown to bits. Betulian, supposed to aid him, disappears. Roberts disappears. Now Drummond disappears.
Drummond gone?
Vanished into thin air.
Have you any idea where he is?
The only clue is his abandoned car, found in the village of Market Rutherford.
Market Rutherford, eh?
Yes, you know where it is?
No, I... no idea. Well, I must be off.
Don't you go disappearing, too.
Never fear.
Have that man followed. He might lead us to Roberts.
Oh, I know something's happened to Hugh. He'd never stay away this long without telephoning.
Captain Hugh Rutherford.
Who?
Oh, I beg your pardon, Sir. Captain Hugh Drummond.
Oh, no. My name's Longworth. Algy Longworth.
What's happened?
Well, a car, miss, registered in the name of Captain Hugh Drummond, has been left standing alongside a fire hydrant since last night.
Where?
At Market Rutherford, miss.
Market Rutherford, huh?
Well, let's go.
Yeah, Tenny!
Tenny's off on his motorcycle searching.
Here, oi! Have you seen it?
There's a truck like you described in that there garage, Mr. Tenny, filling up with petrol. It'll be out any minute now.
I hope you've spotted it. If you have, I'll give you a pound.
Oh.
Most of my assistants only get a couple of shillings.
Oh, but how many of us are there?
Oh, 8 or 10, scattered about from London to the north of England.
My, what an organisation.
Yes, I rather like it.
Ah, there it is.
Still following us? He's been trailing us ever since we left the city, and it's no officer either. Well, here goes! Well, we gave him the slip, eh? Can't take it, eh?
What the... Now, you will do as I say, gentlemen. What did you do with that box when you left St. Laban's Road?
What box?
Drive me to where you took that box, or I shall be forced to slip you the slug.
Now, listen, pal, you wouldn't.
I would, and how?
Base headquarters will be right here in this office. Now, Hugh couldn't have gone far without his car. Not more than a couple of miles, right?
Right.
Right. So I have drawn this circle.
Then Hugh must be somewhere within the circle.
All we have to do is to scour that circle.
With a fine-tooth comb.
From house to house.
But that will take days and days. Oh, no, it won't. Each of us will take one district. A, B, C.
Splendid. You should have been an army officer.
I should have been Mrs. Hugh Drummond today. But I'm not.
Let me see. A.
B, C.
Right?
Right.
Right. A. I say, old man, have you seen anything of Captain Drummond?
I beg your pardon. I'm looking for a Captain Drummond.
We don't want none.
It's a slow process, Drummond.
Well, the slower the better. Tenny!
You're all right, Tenny.
Am I, sir?
So you walked into the trap too, huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Why?
I did it on purpose, sir.
What?
I planned to be captured, sir. Look at my legs. Oh, no, sir. I'm not out of my head.
Hacksaw blade.
Ah, Tenny, you're a wonder.
I do my best to give satisfaction.
May I suggest, sir, if you saw a little higher up, you'd be able to push and pull at the same time, sir.
An excellent idea, Tenny.
I rather like it, sir.
Pardon, has a Captain Drummond been here?
Captain Drummond, did you say?
Yes.
Well, who are you, may I ask?
I'm Miss Clavering, his fiancée.
Oh, come in, Miss Clavering.
Well, that's that.
I hope Phyllis had better luck than we did.
Oh, good old Phyllis. She'll run into something. She's always lucky.
I say, where's your phone?
Yes, sir. Inside the office, sir.
You old boy. Algy, Gwen, I've got great news for you. Your father's outside.
Oh.
My father?
Yes.
Look out, old boy. She's going to faint.
Here, don't faint now. Algy, give me the telephone.
Here you are.
Algy, sometimes I wonder.
Oh, Hugh, won't Phyllis be glad when she gets back?
Phyllis, when she gets back from where?
Well, you see, we had to locate you. She's out ringing doorbells. She'll be back any minute.
Is she alone?
Well, of course she is, yes. You see, we had to divide up the territory. It was quicker that way. A, B, and C. C, that was her route.
Algy, that's why she's not back. Huh? She's going to Betullian's house.
Oh.
Here, lend me a gun.
I'm very sorry to have to do this, young lady, but you shouldn't have interfered. Is everything packed?
Yes, and we better get going.
As soon as we dispose of our guests upstairs, we'll be perfectly safe. I'll put these in the car.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, get up out of there. No monkey shines.
A dummy!
They're gone.
Put up your hands, gentlemen. And no monkey shines. Now, if you'll just step this way, please. Thank you. Now, gentlemen.
I'm afraid you'll have to come on a little journey, my dear young lady.
Like it, Betullian?
Drummond. Now, this sort of thing won't do at all. Roberts, your disguise is perfect.
You foolish...
Stop this nonsense, Roberts.
I've told you this
I'm
isn't...
not Roberts. Roberts dead.
And you killed him and left him in Goodman's laboratory to be blown to bits.
A very good guess, Drummond. But none of you will tell any tales. Now face the wall.
Have you thought of the police?
The police will continue to search for Roberts, thinking he's disguised as me. Now,
Same one for me, Drummond. Arrest this man, Sergeant. Take off his disguise.
You're making a mistake, Inspector.
Don't call me Inspector. What mistake?
You've got the wrong man.
What are you talking about?
This man is the real Betulian. You may pull his beard if you like. He knew that Roberts was about to take his place at the appointment with Professor Goodman this evening. But he got there first and pretended to be disguised as himself. You see, that was his perfect alibi.
Drummond, we'll make a detective of you yet. Book him for murder.
Good work, Nielsen. Lucky you happened in.
We didn't happen in, Sir Raymond. We were following you, as it occurs.
Me? Why, I had nothing whatever to do with this, I assure you. I'm always opposed to violence.
Of course, sir. We're very grateful to you for helping put an end to this great menace to international economics. There's also the murder of a detective in Geneva. The Swiss police will be glad to know why he was killed. And then we shall also want to know why Professor Goodman's house was blown up. Take him away.
And this was supposed to be our wedding day.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, but if there's a registry office still open...
And if there isn't, you'll probably break into one. No, you won't. You leave on the first boat train for Switzerland, under police escort.
Darling, a shotgun wedding. Huh?